European Association of Automotive Suppliers forecasts a loss of 359,000 jobs related to internal combustion engine powertrains in the years 2030 to 2035 because they're phasing out gas cars in the EU completely as far as new car sales go. And I know the UK is phasing them all out by 2035. Governments worldwide are thinking hard about how to cushion impacts from the shift. Now, obviously, there's hopefully going to be jobs building EVs. I mean, we're still just talking cars. There's still a car. It's just that maybe an EV is less complicated to build than a gas car.
Well, what's interesting is I came across this study, this has been several weeks ago now, that basically said that when they began to analyze this, it looked like, in fact, there would be more jobs created building EVs in the total scheme of things. Through the life cycle of the vehicle, that there would be ultimately more jobs created. That's one study. Another study will come probably with a different conclusion. So, yeah, there's going to be some impact on if you're not building. If you're out building transmissions for a Volkswagen, you might get transferred to the electric motor division, or you might be taking an early buyout. So it's hard to say.
But anyways, it's interesting because the labor unions are trying hard to find ways to get these people retrained, reskilled, upskill some of these people so they can have other jobs. So there's 13 million jobs in Europe's auto sector, but they're not all going to go away unless BYD puts them all out of business. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think enough companies or countries are going to put enough tariffs on Chinese-made EVs and try to protect the EU.
Yeah, and you saw the comments that Elon Musk made earlier. Was it late last week, or over the weekend, where he's talking about if we're not careful, the Chinese will basically quash all the automakers. So I don't think he's maybe advocating for it, but we're going to need some kind of system to protect all those car-making jobs here in the United States. So then you got, of course, the other side of the equation saying, well, let those cars in here. If you want cheap electric cars, let's start letting us buy Chinese electric cars. So it's a question that's, again, above my pay grade to decide.
Yeah, so according to EU statistics, there are about 500,000 positions in Europe that would be wiped out of those 11 million jobs. And they figure they're going to need 226,000, which is slightly less than half of that, for new EV powertrain jobs. So, it was a net loss of about 275,000 jobs, but that's between now and 2035. And that's a fairly long time. I mean, that's 12 years for people to kind of figure out something else. I've heard people kind of on both sides talk about trying to force these Chinese companies, if they're going to do something to sell in the United States, they're going to have to manufacture the cars in the United States. They're going to have to do exactly the same thing the Koreans and the Japanese are doing. They're going to make them here in the U.S., bring the jobs over here. And I get it. I think a battery tech's going to move over here too eventually. And especially now that the sodium-ion batteries are becoming something. There aren't any sodium-ion battery factories in the United States yet, but considering we have all the materials can be easily procured at home.
Hi, I'm David with EV World News. If you like this video, then please press the like button. If you like the content and would like to see more videos on electric vehicles, then please hit the subscribe button. If you have some feedback for us, please let us know